So since we're usually dealing with a lot of data when doing statistics, just typing in our input and getting our output like we just did isn't going to really cut it. We're obviously not going to sit here and type in our data or feed it in every time we want to do anything with it. We're going to want to be able to put data into R and have it saved so that we can refer to it later. How R does this is it lets you store variables on what's called the workspace. So just to show you how this works, I'm going to start by making a variable for the current year, just to first show you how do you make a variable. And so that when you see something like this in a script, you'll know, okay, they're just making a variable. So if I want to make one for the current year, I'm going to be completely transparent, call it current year. To create the variable, I'll then hit equals. Again, I'm putting the spaces just for readability. You don't have to have them. And we'll put in 2012. So I'll hit enter. You notice I don't get any output. That's because we didn't actually ask R to do anything in terms of giving us output. We're basically saying, hey R, I need to store this number. I want to call it current year. So what you can't see is that right now it looks like nothing happened, but it actually did store it on the workspace. So how can you actually see your workspace? So there's a function called ls. If you've done any command console stuff, ls will look familiar. But here you just type ls and then you have parentheses. You notice that if you type one parentheses, it kind of fills in the other. Super handy. So you just hit enter, and you'll see what does ls give you? It gives you everything within your workspace. You'll see that right now we have one variable. Its name is current_year. So here we just have a variable that's storing a single value, but variables can do lots of different things, and we're going to use them for lots of different things. So you might end up with a workspace full of variables, some holding things like a current year, which is a single value. You might have it save text. So I could say current month, not mount, current month equals September. This is a string. September isn't a number, so you have to put it within quotes. And I can see that's also been stored. So these are still single values. You can also store entire data sets as one variable. And you're actually going to be doing that in your homework and from here on out. And you can even actually save those histograms you make as variables so that you can call them back later. So pretty much anything you can make in R can become a variable. And to see what's in there, you just do ls. So I'd make sure you're comfortable with this function. I find that the most common error my students and even myself make is to mistype the name of a variable. So I'm just going to show you what that looks like, because this is going to be an error message. You should just know I made a typo. So let's say I need to call my current year variable, but I forget that I put that underscore in there, and I hit enter. And you'll see error, object current year not found. So that means that when R went to look at the workspace, it didn't find a variable that exactly matched this current year. So if you hadn't done what we just did and typed it in and could look right here, okay, current year was 2012, I spelled it with underscore, you might have forgotten. So then you can just use your ls function, see that the thing I was trying to get had an underscore in it, and then type it correctly. Again, super important and super useful to know. So one thing I want to show you before we move on from the workspace is one great thing about R is that you can save your workspace to come back to at a later point. So for what we're doing right now, I obviously don't want to save this. It's not useful to me, but I have been in the middle of long projects that maybe I'm trying to figure out how to do something very complicated and it's been taking me weeks, and I don't want to lose all my workspace work because I either have to install an update and that's going to require a restart, something like that. So there are multiple ways to do it. You can either go in here and you can save your workspace by clicking, give it a name, and it'll save in the location. Then you can load it by using these commands. Otherwise, whenever you try to close R, it asks, do you want to save it?